I think that when you look at a day and the length of that day, you're finding that you're spending more than half of that time period dealing with clients and client issues.
In this day and age of email, the interaction with clients begins at 6:30 a.m. when I wake up and frequently ends when I finally put my phone down or BlackBerry down at 11:30 at night, because clients are demanding instantaneous response. If they send you an email at 8:30 at night, they expect to get a response. Don't want to hear that you're out at a baseball game with your kids. They want to know, they want a response.
Given the scenario John first laid out, that you're trying to move a project ahead and you can't get a hold of us, I do agree. I think an email, simple as possible, just setting forth the issue and maybe a recommended way you think we should proceed, and then just saying, do you agree? That would be the most effective way.
I also, however, like FaceTime. I think it's important that once every, however many weeks, John and I check in regularly, Trish and I check in regularly, because I think that for me, just for me, it keeps us on even keel.
I also really value meetings, and I think that the best work is done when you're collaborating, and you collaborate best when you're face-to-face in the same room, and collaborating by email tends to be a pretty lousy way to do creative work, in my view.
It might help to kind of turn the tables on this type of program, and at your respective firms, ask for a little time. I know we have a lot of meetings where there's a good audience, like commercial litigation group meetings or partnership meetings, where maybe you could give a half-hour, 45-minute program on what would be helpful for you to get from us. Just kind of give us lawyers some ideas on how to make your lives easier.
I certainly have no problem when marketing pushes and reaches out and says, hey Steph, you really need to focus on this. I appreciate that.
While we're all busy, it would be helpful to have some reminders from you. Here's some things that would help us help you.
It's really, again, incumbent upon everyone to communicate, and it's incumbent upon you to say, look, that's not possible. Now, sometimes you can't say that. All of a sudden you have a pitch for a major Fortune 500 company, marketing group, and the lawyers have to collaborate, get together, whatever has to get done to get that out when you need to get it out. That is, look, we just have to grin and bear it together and do it. But there are other times where we do give marketing short shrift, and that's not fair. And you guys understand that it's not fair, but it's not because we want to give marketing short shrift. It's because of all of our other responsibilities, and we're having difficulties juggling all of what it is that we're needing to do.
I see people come to my office and they see me on the phone, and then I know they're sort of hovering out there, and then they come back, and I have absolutely no problem with that. I have an open door. There are people moving in and out of my office all the time, as long as everybody understands that if I say not now, that's not because I don't like you or because I didn't like what you had for breakfast. It's just not the right time, and come back.
Get me out of my office if you want to have a real meeting with me. Because if it's in my office, it's going to be disturbed by 100 other things.
I have found it very helpful, including this week I had a meeting with our marketing director. If I have a meeting with a potential client, a pitch, or prospective client lunch even, just to kind of sit with him and brainstorm ideas, and sometimes he'll say, well, I know so-and-so has done business with that company, let me talk to him. Or he'll know other people, even within my own firm, that I wasn't aware, we're making some similar efforts with that company. And just, giving me good ideas of what questions to ask them, because I know that's an important thing. We're trying to bring in business to listen to what their needs are and their concerns are. I also find it helpful to know, like, if the marketing folks can keep up with what other firms are doing marketing-wise. Just, it's always interesting to know on certain things. And also what the clients want.
When we're putting together teams to do a pitch, and the marketing folks, Trish and John, have already reviewed the bios, because sometimes there's things in the bio, in an individual attorney bio, that may not be appropriate for that particular client. It is what that person does, but you may want to emphasize different things for a particular client. So I always am delighted to rely on Trish and John to do that legwork, and then when I see it, I'll look at that as well. But that is so invaluable. It saves so much time where they're flagging issues or potential areas where we need to focus.
we're really not making it easier for you marketing people to do your jobs. I know I don't often, either ignore emails or take a while to get back to people on marketing issues.
Why it's hard to do what you people do. I mean, we don't want to spend our time meeting with you. Sorry, but just to us, that's like time we're not billing time. But we expect for you to read our minds, come up with new ideas for us, know everything about us so that you can help us sell ourselves.